What's up, teammates? Now, I know I was going to do another video, and I was supposed to start comparing Patrick Mahomes, F that dude. I was going to start comparing Aiden O'Connell to Justin Herbert because we were going to do a comparison of all the teams in the AFC and compare them room by room. And I'm still going to do that, but I got sidetracked after I did the video yesterday talking about how Aiden gets little credit for anything positive, and I'll also be getting tired of hearing this phrase under the Antonio Pierce regime. Under the Antonio Pierce regime, everything that the defense did under Antonio Pierce regime is touted. Number one defense, as far as scoring goes. They say number one defense are up there in points averaged over that, points allowed over that time period. They go into all these details about how the defense got better, and they do these numbers specifically talking about in the AP regime. But they never go into Aiden's numbers or the offense's numbers under the Anthony Pierce regime. The offense that was run by Jimmy Glass and McDoofus. Where are those numbers? How come everybody is all up on top of what happened for the defense, but not nearly a squeak of what the actual stats were for Aiden O'Connell? All they speak about is being slow, and he gets sacked, and he had a bad game versus Minnesota, and his first game was terrible. That's what people keep bringing up as their main arguments. Like everywhere you go, anything you listen to, you don't hear any other arguments about his, not being accurate, him not being able to understand the film and the game plan. No, they make up reasons to discount him. And the reason I say those angles are made up is because if you look deeper into the numbers, it doesn't suggest that at all. What I started out doing was starting to compare us to the Chargers. But I got into it, and I came across something. I was just wondering about Patrick Mahomes and his season compared to Aiden O'Connell's season, because someone was talking about it. And they were talking about the end of the season. The last 9 games, Aiden O'Connell went 5 for 4, and Patrick Mahomes also went 5 for 4. So it's not like he killed it there. In those games where our offense is struggling because we have such a terrible offense because we can't put any points on the board, Kansas City Chiefs in that time span put up more than 20 points 5 times, and we put up more than 20 points 6 times. But we're supposed to be the one with the offensive woes. That's not true. They accentuate the negative. They point that out. Like they love to point out the Minnesota game, but then if we point back to the Chargers' second game, it's an anomaly. That just happened to happen. But we can't say, the Minnesota game is an anomaly. That just happened to happen. No, there's argument and there's pushback on that. So, be that as it may, I continue to look into it as how we ranked. Those kind of shocked me as far as the numbers go. So I started looking a little more deep into it, and I realized, you know what? I'm so tired of hearing this under the regime of AP. Like it is an excuse for the defense for whatever they did before the season. And I'm not saying they were a bad defense, but it wasn't enough for us to win games, right? I mean, in the offense, wasn't enough to help them. So yeah, we weren't winning games, but that doesn't mean the defense was dominating. But under Antonio Pierce regime, yeah, the defense got a lot better. Because the coaching got better. Because Doofus and Jimmy G were out of, off the field and out of the building. So when I spoke last time, if you didn't see that one, who saved the offense? It had to be Aiden O'Connell. No one else did. You talking about a offensive coordinator who got fired? No, he was doing his job. The offensive coordinator was getting input from Devontae, from Aiden, from Antonio Pierce. He was getting all this input from all around them. And so he wasn't like the granddaddy offensive coordinator. He was working with everyone else, including Aiden. And our offensive coordinator wasn't doing anything on the field. So all that came through Aiden. This made me want to look even further into it. And now I'm hedging off the little AFC comparison, AFC West comparison, and I'll get back to that. But right now, this is going to be a little bit of a short video because I want to get back to it. Right now, I'm going to do a comparison of every quarterback rated higher than Aiden O'Connell and what they all did in the Antonio Pierce regime, and see how his numbers stack up against every quarterback that's in front of him. Now, get it all, write it all down. I'm thinking about actually doing the ratings, the QB rating. It's a lot of work, so probably not, but we'll look into it, perhaps. But I'm definitely going to get all the numbers for every quarterback rated above Aiden O'Connell in the Anthony Pierce regime and compare that to see what Aiden O'Connell did, and then just give us a little bit of more ammunition against the haters. Because if the haters can truly stand out there and just say, under the Anthony Pierce regime, and mean that that's all that counts, nothing before that means anything, well then, if this stands true for the defense, it should stand true for the offense. And when I go into these numbers, I expect to see something pretty good because Aiden's numbers were pretty good under the Antonio Pierce regime. So, I'll be back with that. It's going to be fun for me to go through because, I love numbers. And it should be interesting me to come back to you guys and come back with some good information so we can get at those daggone haters so they can just stop saying what they want to say and put this in their face. I'm going to rank the quarterbacks too. So that's why I'm thinking I might have to do the quarterback rankings. We'll see. I might have to do that to rate them from top 10. Anyway, the silver lining is Aiden is doing better than we thought. And I think that the offense is going to show better than what a lot of people think they have been under the Antonio Pierce regime that Aiden O'Connell's offense saved. Whatever. So, just remember, you can't win them all. Got a phone call. Anyway, remember, you can't win them all. The clouds get dark. When you're looking for something bright, go to the silver lining. Guru out.